besides the 4 big I-beams, you're going to need 2 smaller I-beams. They're made in the same way, either rubber bands, and that's in a different chapter. But I mistakenly used my props for this chapter and mistakenly used them up to do some experimenting on strength if I add a gusset pint stir stick in here. So this would be how you would extend and make a longer one. But I do have a backup plan. In the previous part of this chapter, I had mentioned about this leg and how to cut it, and I misspoke. What you need to do is the I-beam, stand by, starts out like this. You cut that side, and this one in the middle is the leg. And you can see that there, or you see it here on our mock-up. And what we do with the piece we cut off here is you save that and you turn it and put it in here, and you glue it up so that it is acting as a support. So we have this piece here that was bent at right angles to support this base. I don't know if you can see, but it's underneath this support. This is part of the handle that was here. And then these are just corner molding from the hardware store. Ours is Home Depot out here on the peninsula. And so we use that to kind of sandwich the leg in there. So you're looking at the bottom part of this table leg. The smaller I-beams are to go from here to over here based on your tile or your glass, or if you don't want either one, you don't have to measure it. But the full solid piece, as you can tell, let's turn this around. This one here is the full solid piece. It goes from A to B, and then this part is sandwiched in here, and that's what we use those corner boards, corner gusset pieces for. So we also cut the notch out of there, and that allows this piece to sit nice and tight and smooth as this base. And there's a little bit of reflection here, so I'm going to throw the horse over, get rid of the glass. You see how this piece here and this piece are the same. This one goes from point to point based on your tile size. These are cut in half and sandwiched onto and into this base. And so when you glue this up, you're gluing all 4 corners and this piece right here. Snug it in there and glue it up with some clamps of any shape and size. And then clamp the bottom as well. So that's the base. Oops, that was the top that just fell. The top, speaking of which, we're going to show that to you upside down as well. And that is very similar. And I'm going to get rid of this stuff, hopefully without breaking anything. And I'm going to flip this table upside down so we're working with the same perspective. So the top is very similar to the bottom, where we have you've measured the type of top you're going to have, whether it's a tile or it might be a solid wood top. You can find these at the Home Depots of the world, big box stores. So the base, the top, this is turned upside down. You've got one that runs solid from point A to point B. And then this piece here runs solid to point A to B. So that's your main structure. Sorry. This one and this one. These can't run at that same level, so they have to be cut and stopped into the side. And you can see that we use some small popsicle sticks to make those secure. See the table there, how that is glued up? And once that's glued, you can, because it's easier access, it's easier access to do this. Now you can lay a solid piece across this bottom here. So now you have a solid piece going the opposite direction over this part here. Solid. And then the two cut joints are then this way. And by doing that, and this way, I use the old handles to add some creativity to it. And also, once the handles stop and start at this solid piece, I gusseted those to make it stronger with a pint stick. So those joints are the kind you might find in a structural steel building. Some of those elements, that's how they do that. And here's a cutaway view of what it looks like. And to add a little bit more strength, you see how we've added these stub pieces, those corner boards, the corner molding. And that just gives the connection a little bit more strength and a little bit more surface gluing. Without that, this might have a tendency to twist. So from here, once you get everything glued up, it takes a little bit of time. The whole project might take about 3 hours. You can put your top on, or you can have your glass cut to fit. And or when you have a tile, this tile is not cut to fit in there, but this is a good example of be sure as you progress with your stages of building that you make sure that the tiles fit in your space both this way and that way. Measure once, or measure twice, cut once. Hope that's helpful, and please don't hesitate to email me and find me. Subscribe. I do have Craft Stick Crafts YouTube channel, and there's always something new and different going on. Thanks. Bye.